everyone, this is Elena and I'm back today with another card video for you. And today is the 10th of the month, that means it's Suzy Stamp of the Month release. The theme for this year is Go Coastal, and I have a vellum overlay card for you. So as you saw, I had positioned all my parts, so here's a little kind of run. So I have this little note card that is 3 1/4 by 4 1/2, and I have A4 vellum card. And then I have, as my white cardstock card, I have the same size pattern paper of an old map. So I'm positioning everything kind of lining up where I want it to be. And then I'll be using my Misty tool to line them and stamp on them. So I'm starting first with my vellum. So I have that card, basically that's my card base. So I'm removing the mouse pad from the Misty because the Suzy Stamp of the Month stamps are clean mount, so we don't need that mouse pad, so we're stamping directly onto the base of the Misty. I'm positioning my stamp where I want it to be, the compass, and then I'll just close the lid, pick that stamp up, and next I'll just go with my embossing tool because I'll be stamping with Versamark. So I'm inking my stamp, and then I'll just stamp that on my vellum card base, and then I'll emboss with white embossing powder. So I'm just covering everything with the white embossing powder, and then you will notice that I have a little bit of some around the image, some embossing powder, so I'm removing that carefully with my fingers and with just the tip of my mechanical pencil, so I don't have any scattered white speckles onto my card base. Next, I'll just heat set that so the embossing powder melts. So that goes pretty quickly. So next, I'm positioning where I want that kind of card base, like white card, to be underneath. So making sure that everything is lined properly. So I'm using my Misty so I can kind of secure everything with the magnets from the Misty and stamp everything where it should go so everything lines out perfectly. So next I lined up my card. I'm securing it on top of my vellum so I know where it stamps. And then I kind of mask that piece where it kind of goes off that card so I don't stamp with the black ink onto my vellum because I have already that embossed. So I have that stamp. Next, without moving that card, I'm positioning the pattern paper, and I'm gonna stamp onto the pattern paper with black ink. And next I'm using a circle die to cut out that compass from the pattern paper. So underneath you will be able to see the black stamp onto the black compass stamp onto the white card base. So next, by magic of YouTube, I have already that die cut. So I secured my die with a post-it notes that is sticky all over. So next I have that. And then I'll be using my Misty to kind of line up that perfectly to adhere it onto my card, not the card base, but the inside card, for the lack of better term. So I'm using some Tombow adhesive. So I'm covering that well so it adheres nicely. And then I'm gonna slide my inside card base into the edge of the Misty, and then I'll do the same with my pattern paper so everything lines up nicely and perfectly. So there we have that, and then I'll kind of position that inside piece inside the vellum and kind of line that compass up with the image underneath. And I just want to make sure that a little bit of the black ink shows, so it's kind of a little bit of a shadow. So next I'll be using sticky notes to secure that so I can adhere the back onto the back of my vellum. So I'm just perfectionist. I want everything to be lined up nicely. So I'm again positioning that and securing everything with the post-it notes. So I'm gonna turn that around. I'm gonna just adhere the back of that white inside card to the back of the vellum card. So I'm using again the Tombow adhesive. This is adhesive that works pretty good with vellum, and you can hardly notice it when you adhere vellum onto cardstock. So there we have that. So see how nicely everything lined up. And next I'll be using some gold foil cardstock to die cut the front sentiment. So I'm kind of lining everything up to make sure that that front is like nice and straight. So I'm first putting my die cut underneath the grit paper and then kind of securing everything with the magnet so it stays there. Next I have I'm using that negative for a guide how to put my die cut onto my card front. And then I'm using my acrylic blocks to kind of put some weight onto those die cuts so they adhere nicely and they keep kind of lying flat on that vellum, because the vellum tends to curl when it's wet and because the adhesive is moist, so it kind of everything holds together. So I'm waiting a little bit and then I'm gonna remove that negative. I forgot to adhere the little dot on the eye. So I'm removing that negative and then I'm gonna put again the acrylic block on top to keep those letters straight until they're dry. So now they're dry, and next I'll add one finishing step. I'm using some gold cord to add some on top of the card for a little bit more detail. So I'm gonna tie a bow and just trim the edges, kind of try to curl them a little bit with my pencil. So kind of see how that goes. One of the edges was a little bit longer. So that's it for now. Thanks for watching and see you soon. Bye!